Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Last class we discussed about finding maxima and minima of a function. So one physics example let us take and let us try to apply the same procedure and let us try to find the quantity. Last class I said like when there is a quantity depending on one variable like y on x, s on t, h on t, height on time, anything. So when there is one variable, as variable changes function changes, and for two particular values of variables the function that s or y, anything, like in case y depending on x, as x changes y becomes maximum or minimum at a particular value of x. So for which value of x it will become minimum or maximum? To find those x values, what is the procedure I said? First you need to equate to 0, dy by dx equal to 0. Then you will get two values for x, x1 and x2. Then at a particular value of x1, if d square y by dx square less than 0, then y1 is maximum. Y is maximum. And another value, if d square y by dx square greater than 0, then y value will become minimum. But I said like one more thing, in physics mostly you will get only one value for variable, so that the function may become either maxima or minima. That's why your burden will reduce, because you don't have to confuse like which gives maxima, which gives minima. Right? So let us take one such example. The example is upward motion. What is the meaning of upward motion? It is nothing but motion under gravity. There are two types you will study: free fall and upward motion. So from the surface of earth, if you throw a particle upward with an initial speed u, then it will go up, so that height increases. Height increases, first 0, increases, and at a particular moment its velocity becomes 0 and the height reached by the particle becomes maximum. Then it starts coming back and reaches back. And this maximum height formula you derived as u square by 2g by using the conditions. But here let us take that maxima and minima condition procedure and let us get the same thing. So here if you take the question, what is the maximum height reached by the particle which is thrown upward with initial speed u? That is the question. What is the maximum height reached by the particle when you throw it upward with an initial speed u? That is the question, right? Now, as it is going up at any instant, if you consider height is s, right? So the displacement is h, small h. As it is going up, time is changing, height is also changing. At a particular time, the displacement is becoming maximum. Here displacement nothing but what? Height. So what is the equation for displacement for motion under gravity? Motion under gravity means acceleration g is constant. But here you are throwing up means acceleration is negative. Why? Because you thrown the particle up, direction of motion upward, but acceleration due to gravity always down. So acceleration down, direction of motion up. So that's why it is called negative acceleration or retardation or deceleration. Negative acceleration or deceleration or retardation, which we take it as negative. So here after some time, after time t, what is the equation for displacement? Ut plus half at square. So S equal to ut minus half at square, and S is nothing but h, small h. So h equal to ut minus half at square. So h is the function of t. H is the quantity, it is depending on variable what? Time, t. Now, same like we have seen last class, y depends on x. Y is a function of x. Then what we have taken? First, dy by dx should become 0. Same here, h is a function of t. Then, to get maximum or minimum, here only maximum, no question of minimum. Why? Because you are throwing up, so the height slowly increases, right? Increases, because already it is starting from minimum. Initially what is the height? 0. Finally what is the height? 0. So 0 is the minimum, starting from minimum, then increasing. So only possibility is what? The height increases, and at one moment, at one particular time, it becomes maximum. Then again it decreases. So minimum is known. How much? 0. No need to find. Only unknown is what? Maximum height. So that thing, to find it, you have to equate first order differentiation 0. So dh by dt equal to 0. Now here d by dt of h value ut minus half at square equal to 0. Then write it separately, d by dt of ut minus d by dt of at square by 2 equal to 0. U is a constant, dt by dt minus a by 2 is a constant, or you can substitute a values g better, because a is, don't write it a, g by 2 into d by dt of t square should be 0, because first order differentiation should become 0 first. Then u into dt by dt 1 minus g by 2 into d by dt of t square 2t should be 0. U minus 2 cancel, gt equal to 0 implies, take this side, u equal to minus gt will become plus gt. Then gt equal to u implies t equal to u by g. As I explained in the last class, some cases or most of the cases in physics, for variable you will get only one value, I said. Like here, how many values we got for t? After equating first order differentiation 0, only one value. That means what? Either function becomes maximum or minimum. But the question itself is saying, when you throw a particle upward, what is the maximum height reached? So what they mentioning? Height. What height? Maximum height. So t equal to u by g will give you what value? Maximum height. So no need of double differentiation. I mean second order differentiation not needed. Directly you can do it. Directly what you have to do? Now here this condition is not needed now. So we got for which value of variable the function will become maximum. What is the value? T equal to u by g. Substitute here. H equal to ut minus half gt square. So h equal to u into t is u by g minus g by 2 into t is u by g whole square. Now h equal to u into u square by g minus g by 2 into u square by g square. 1 g square cancel equal to here u square by g, take it common. So 1 remains minus here u square by g I took common. So what will left? 1 by 2. So 1 minus 1 by 2. So u square by g are better to write h maximum. Because at t equal to u by g, h will become h maximum. Capital H. At a particular time. What time? We don't know. But we found it now. How much? U by g. And if you remind those things related to motion under gravity, u by g is the formula for what? Ascending time. Time taken to reach maximum height. That also you can find using differentiation. See, don't ask me what is the necessity to find using differentiation. Here you have alternate method. But in few situations, you must have to use differentiation. You must have to follow the maxima minima procedure. That's why we are understanding. Because this is well-known example. Already we have studied. We have done it in another way. But same thing I am doing it in different way. But we are getting the same answers. That is the advantage of mathematics. Right? Now, so the maximum height, after what time it will reach maximum height? U by g. How much it is? 1 minus 1 by 2. So 2 minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So u square by 2g. What is the maximum height? U square by 2g. So here the example enables us to understand the procedure of maxima and minima in physics. But not like you will get this question. This is the method of understanding how we can apply the maxima and minima in physics. But the same way in few questions, in few topics, in few chapters, the question will come like that. But no one will tell you to use maxima minima condition. After reading the question, after understanding the question, you have to decide, you have to think from your side that we can use this condition. And for that purpose, you need to know what is the method of finding maxima and minima of a function. Right? But today, you please revise the previous class also, previous example also, because today you are going to get the questions in assignment based on maxima and minima, 1 or 2 physics examples and few other differentiation questions also. All together, differentiation, revision, then previous class, revision, also today's class. Everything is important, right? So please try to understand. the method of finding maxima and minima. So in different chapters, wherever it comes like maxima minima condition, we will study at that particular point. The quantities may be different, the variable may be different, but the procedure is same. What is the procedure? Finally, take the function like h equal to ut minus half gt square. So one quantity depends on variable. Then equate first differentiation to 0. Then you may get two values or one value. If you get one value, no confusion. It may give either maxima or minima, but that will be mentioned in the question itself. But if you get two values, then you have to decide which will give maxima, which will give minima, like we did in the previous class, right? So this is all about complete, like what we have studied in the last 2-3 sessions is differentiation, integration, graphical analysis and finding maxima and minima. So all these mathematics is difficult and most important, right? So hope you will practice much and you will ask me everything wherever you feel difficulty and you become perfect. Thank you.